Okay, welcome back to day 3 of the 26-day drawing challenge, which I will be drawing today, Carmen Sandiego for the letter C. As you can see, this is the original drawing that I did back in 2014. And I already redid the line art, so this video again is just going to be a speed painting. I had already done a previous version of the line art for this, but I didn't like it. The proportions were still way off, and I redid the line art, so I'm just retouching the colors, and that's why some of the shapes and some of the designs are already there behind the lines. But yeah, the thing is, for me, painting is definitely not the fun part, and this particular piece took a much longer time to color in and do the rendering for. I kind of feel like renderings are just taking up my time on this project, when the whole purpose of this project is to actually draw better. Painting is so easy, anybody can paint this day and age, and it's not that difficult for me to just hone my painting skills. That's not really what this is all about. If you can't draw a good picture, you can't paint a good picture. But just looking back at some of the designs and some of the components of this drawing itself, like you can see where her knee is touching the coat in tangent, and quite a few other things are sticking out, like the proportion of her hips to the rest of her body. The thing is, like, I'm gonna be doing a few drawings of this before I actually go back and look them over, and I might be doing a special of those two later on. But for now, the focus is just to stick with the 26 days and to stick with just honing and elaborating on my skill as a drawing, as an illustrator, and doing figure studies. The more I do the figure studies, the more I realize what's going on and what I can do better. So even, yeah, looking back at this picture now as it's playing back and I'm recording this voiceover, I can already see some things that I would have changed and done differently. But in retrospect, hindsight is always 20/20. But it takes a good foundation to make a good drawing, and the more I integrate the foundation, the more these drawings are getting better and better. So for now, I'm just using line art that I've already done. I've already redone it, and I am redoing some of it. But the thing is that I'm just so busy every day that I don't have the time to actually to do these drawings super detailed. But I still want to do a good job at it, because at the end of the day, these are works of art as they are. So I'm gonna just take my time and do my best with this challenge and see where it goes. But yeah, like the background rendering for this scene did take a long time, and it wasn't really necessary. It wasn't really necessary because it was mostly just drawing and cleaning up lines, and that's not where the real skill, like, I mean, it's definitely good practice, and it helps, as you're getting better at creating good rendered drawings. But the whole point of drawing is to have a good foundation and a good understanding of fundamentals before you go into a drawing and before you actually change it up. So that's why I really want to focus on the actual drawing itself, and not so much on the coloring, not so much on the filling details in, and not so much just trying to make it look good from a color perspective, because that is very easy to do. And anybody in this day and age, 2020, anybody can color pretty pictures. It's not the coloring. If you don't have good proportions, and if you don't understand the flow of anatomy and transfer of dynamics, how the shoulders counterbalance the hips and all that, the spine, the curvature of the spine, and reducing forms to their most the most simplistic representations so that you're able to convey the form. That's what I really want to practice with these drawings. So, but it's always fun watching a speed time lapse, whatever you call it, of, you know, a rendering. That's always fun too. So that's why I'm posting this anyway. Otherwise I wouldn't even take my time with this, because honestly this piece took me a lot of time, all night, and then I ended up sleeping really late and I still wasn't done by this morning, so I had to finish it this morning. That is why I really don't want to waste my time with this project, especially when I have so much else on the go. So but I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing it anyway, and I'm posting it for you guys. I'm posting it for myself to go back and look it over in the future. Once I get a few of these drawings done, I am going to go back and look them over and see what I can do better, and then take the next few drawings forward from there and keep doing that. You know, this whole process is about getting better. It's not about competition. It's not about being the best artist, because you can be great at one thing and then you're still, you know, you're still learning when it comes to other aspects of drawing. So it doesn't matter. I just want to get better, however I get better, you know. That's just the whole point, is just to keep moving forward. But now we're doing the shading. So I already did the base colors for all this, and like I said in one of my previous videos, I just do like one round of shadows, one round of highlights, and that's about it. Especially with these simple renderings, I don't want to make it too complex. I don't want to take too much time with it. And if you do too many layers of shadows and highlights, it gets kind of it doesn't have its same impact. You know, the contrast isn't as stark, and you lose that edginess of contrast. So I like to keep the color palette to a minimum, and I'm still learning through all this process. I'm learning how to balance colors and everything, of course, but the time that rendering takes, as opposed to the time that the actual drawing takes, for this project and for this kind of development that I want to expand myself into, I don't find it very efficient. I don't find it efficient. It definitely has its benefits. I'm not gonna say no to that, but it's just not as efficient as I would like it to be. So we will just, like I said, continue. I'm gonna continue with the drawings. I'm gonna make them as simple as I can to render, but the actual form and the actual consideration of anatomy and balance of force and dynamics, all that stuff, I want to really focus on. So, but I redid this drawing from the first original drawing that you saw at the beginning of the clip. 2014 was the original drawing that I made there, and yeah, I just basically put this project on the back burner and then totally forgot about it. And for whatever reason, I realized that this project was still in the works earlier this year. So I dug it out and I just started redoing it. I redrew a few of them, like up until G or H, but I'm going to be redrawing them as I go, and I'm also going to be posting that. But there's just so much that I have on the go right now. Hopefully I can stick with one per day. That's the plan, and that's what I'm going to do my best to fulfill here. But the rendering, we'll see how rendering goes, but the drawing is what I'm actually working on. So for sure I'll be posting all of that stuff. And now we're doing the highlights on her bodysuit. I had a little bit of trouble thinking of how I would render her, because I wanted to originally do it the way the original cartoon was, or the original comics or whatever it was. However, that was rendered with the original character, but then I saw that they have a new series on Netflix where she looks completely different, and I'm like, well, do I want to incorporate the new style, or do I want to use the old traditional? Because the old traditional model was what I went with originally. But I saw like some components from the new one, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna merge the two and figure it out from there. Because the original one used to wear like a golden tie, a necktie, and some other, like her boots are from the original, her gloves and her trench coat, but I don't know, the new one has some style that just can't be overlooked. So I decided to sort of merge like the triangle necklace and yeah, the black bodysuit was from the new one. But I mean, and the background, of course, I went with Egypt. Egypt traditionally, I mean, when I think of Carmen, I either think of Egypt or I think of Rio with the statue of Jesus. And it's either or for me. Like I know like the whole original series had like, what was it, 12 different locations. I don't know. I remember watching it when I was super young, and those are reruns as they were. So whatever. I mean, this is just like, I'm just drawing random characters from whatever memories I have from like watching TV as a kid, or like some legends, or some just various characters that are out there. But yeah, this is my own thing, and I want to post a challenge for everybody to do the same. Just pick random characters from, you know, TV or whatever you remember growing up, and just draw them as like an anime girl. Like, not, I mean, this is a loose definition of anime as it is, but still kind of the style is still anime-ish, and that's what I wanted to go with. And yeah, one girl for every letter of the alphabet, and that's just how it goes. So we are gonna take it from here. And yeah, like I said, this just shading in the, like, this takes time, you know, and this is, I mean, it makes the picture look good, it makes it all really nice and fancy, but this is not what I was doing the painting for. So the painting is just for the form, the figure study, understanding how balance of, you know, supporting weight and supporting just how limbs and all that stuff flows together. But we're learning, and that's the whole point of this whole project. And then I took the word art from the previous drawing, and I'm just doing the calligraphy for this one. I sped this one up to 16 times because this one took way too long, so I just put 16 times for this. And yeah, we got a nice short video here for you guys. Otherwise, you know, I don't want to make these videos too long. You're just listening to me babbling on about basically the same thing. So there you have it, Carmen Sandiego. And the links to my drawing challenge are in the description, so just check out the details there, and then you can submit your art on Instagram. Peace out, guys.